Welcome back to the Adventures of the Monad, which will look at life, the universe, and everything. My name is Kazim Kamal-ur-Rahim. In this series, I ask the question, where do we come from, who are we, and where are we going? I post one presentation a week. Please subscribe to my website and hit the bell icon for notifications of future videos. You can also leave comments and join in forum discussions on my website. In my run-through of the physical etheric body, I mentioned the spleen chakra and how it played a vital role in the operation of the organic physical body. It transmits prana, a vital life force that emanates from the sun. I went on to mention that we had 3 energy channels that are in the etheric equivalent of our spinal column. This channel has the potential to connect us objectively to our third triad. Currently, energy runs up it from the base of the spine to the base of our brain. What is important to note is that the Sushumna, the Ida, and the Pingala are all ultimately connected to our chakra system, and that it is this network of physical structures that I wish to speak about next. So what exactly is a chakra? It is an energy center in our subtle bodies where 2 or more energy meridians cross. The Sushumna and its partnering channels are the most powerful energy meridians in our body. They are not chakras, but where they cross with each other or other meridians, then you get a chakra. The number of meridians that cross at a particular point determine the number of spokes or petals found in a chakra. For example, the crossing of 2 meridians makes a 4-spoke and 4-petaled chakra. The word chakra is Sanskrit for wheel or rotating circle. People who have developed the capacity to see into the etheric range of the physical plane report that chakras look like shimmering vortices. They look like whirlpools of rapidly rotating matter. Traditionally, the swastika had been used to represent the chakras, and this is a symbol that is not only seen in the Indian subcontinent. It is a great shame that this symbol was corrupted by the Black Lodge when it rebranded the swastika as a symbol of hatred and oppression. This is the way the left-hand path corrupts everything. Even the name Satan is a corruption of the name of the Lord of the planet, who goes by the name Sanat Kumara. Another example is Lucifer, being linked to evil when it means Prince of Light. The human etheric body has 7 major chakras. As already mentioned, chakras are linked to energy distribution, and there are 21 of these centers in total, of which the spleen is the most important. There are another 49 minor chakras, including some found in the palms of the hand and the soles of our feet. It is reported that there are a further 88,000 microchakras. So clearly, we are a massive energy grid, and it is this grid, not the physical network of blood vessels and capillaries, that are the driving energy behind our existence. I mentioned that there are 7 major chakras found in the etheric body. You also need to be aware that these same chakras also exist on the emotional and the mental planes. Each set of chakras perfectly aligns. This allows them to act as energy and communication conduits between the subtle bodies. They enable information from the subtle bodies to be subjectively transferred through the etheric web down into the waking consciousness. So, I have outlined that our chakras are linked to our energy meridians. they are also links to our higher subtle bodies. Why? The reason is that they serve a vital role in the communication between our higher subtle bodies and our physical etheric brain. Simply put, if they were not there, we would not be able to feel our emotions or be cognizant of our thoughts. Remember, thinking does not go on in our organic brain. This process occurs in our mental envelope. What therefore is vitally important is the stability and bandwidth of that connection, and this is directly related to the functioning of our chakras. The chakras found in our etheric body are also connected to various nerve plexuses and glands. This enables the etheric body to act upon the physical body. The lower mental body, also known as our persona, does not have any chakras. However, the higher mental body, also known as the causal body, has 4. These 4 chakras have already been spoken about in detail when I discussed the causal lotus. The table lists the chakras. The chakras are numbered as they appear in the body. They start from the base and end up in the crown. With the rise in the location of the body comes an increase in the number of petals. When you look at how the ray types associate with the chakras, you notice the order changes. When you look at the rays themselves, it is usual to place the first ray at the top of any table, with the second ray next in the list. Yet, here we see that the second ray of love wisdom is linked to the 4th, the heart chakra. I have already discussed the significance of the rays in previous presentations, but I just want to highlight this fact to you again. The final column pinpoints what exactly that chakra's overall function is in the development of the monad. So, okay, we have these 7 chakras. Is anyone considered more important than the others? If you're going to give one chakra preeminence, it has to be the heart chakra. Why? Because it connects our subtle bodies to the 3rd triad. Why is the 3rd triad so important? Because our monad sits at the top of it. The heart chakra is also the connection point for the life thread, the Suttratma. This connection is the primary energy channel in the etheric body. All energy channels in all the subtle bodies and triads converge at the heart chakra. Major energy channels spread out from the heart chakra and connect to the pineal gland, the physical heart, the spleen, and the central nervous system. The next chakra on the list is the crown chakra. This is also very important in the pantheon of the chakras, as it connects the subtle bodies in the 1st triad to the 2nd triad. It is also the connection point for the consciousness thread, also known as the Antakarana. The crown is not activated until the 3rd initiation. It becomes fully active when the 4th initiation is completed. Having an active crown chakra allows the monad to leave the physical etheric body without detaching the consciousness thread. This gives the monad functioning in its physical body full consciousness awareness. Before the activation of this chakra, if the monad detaches the consciousness thread, for example, when it sleeps at night, the physical etheric brain is not aware of what the monad is experiencing on the emotional and potentially the mental planes. Another vitally important chakra, although it is not one of the major 7, is the spleen. As already discussed, this chakra absorbs prana from the etheric atmosphere. The spleen breaks the prana molecules into component atoms and distributes the energy around the etheric body. The spleen chakra itself is positioned to the left of the sacral chakra and is connected to the base, the sacral, the navel, the heart, and the throat chakras. This is all the chakras situated below the head, which itself contains 2 more chakras. The brow chakra, also known as the Ajna center, is not an important chakra in most people because it does not become fully active until enlightenment, I3. When it does activate, this leads the monad to have causal consciousness. This means that the two halves of the mental body have united, and rather than 5% of the monad being resident around the three lower envelopes of incarnation, 100% is present. The monad is now deemed to be a conscious soul incarnate. The brow chakra goes by many names. The best known is the third eye. It is also referred to as the all-seeing eye, the eye of Shiva, the eye of Horus, and the single eye. Matthew 6:22 states, "If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light." In other words, you are enlightened. Psychics mistakenly think that an active brow chakra enables vision into the spirit world. For spirit, read emotional world. However, this is not the case. It is the navel chakra that is the chakra used to gain clairvoyant vision into the emotional plane. An interesting side note is the fact that the area surrounding the navel chakra is known as the Bhavasagara, or something like that, which means oceans of illusions. This relates to the fact that the emotional world, also known as the desire world, is constructed from our subjective fantasies. Overstimulate this chakra and you gain clairvoyance. But to what effect? The chakra as an organ is whirlpool-shaped, but it is not a hollow funnel as it is often portrayed. The face of it is relatively flat with a depression in the center. Major chakras are 5 to 15 centimeters in diameter, 2 to 6 inches, depending on their development and activity. The three lower chakras, the base, the sacral, and the navel, are active in all humans and perform their actions automatically. The four higher chakras are less active in most people and only properly activate at key stages of development. The throat chakra is activated at the civilized stage, 48-1. The heart chakra is activated at the cultured stage, 48-1. The brow is activated at the compassionate stage, 47-4. The crown is activated at enlightenment, 47-1. Most representations of the chakra are face-on. However, investigators of these structures in the West noticed that the chakras faced forwards and backwards. Diagrams from the subcontinent never represent the chakras in this way. I read an interesting book by Owen Waters called The Shift. He points out that the 5 middle chakras do not come straight out the back of the spine at the same level as they are portrayed. They are a semitone higher. He equates this with the notes of a piano, where the white keys are the front of the chakras and the black keys are the back. In the case of the crown and the base, there is no opposite chakra as they are effectively the flip side of each other. Without being able to verify this myself, it does make eminent sense, so I thought I would point it out. It is certainly how I visualize chakras now. The chakras of the etheric body perform 2 main functions. They absorb, process, and distribute prana to the etheric and the physical bodies, keeping them healthy and alive. They also relay perception from the corresponding chakras of the emotional body to the waking consciousness. The chakras are connected to the nerve plexuses in the physical body. This enables the waking monad to have subjective perception of vibrations occurring in the subtle bodies. It allows us to experience feelings, emotions, thoughts, and inspirations. If the vibrations being transmitted from the subtle planes are strong, this gives the monad a degree of objective perception. What exactly did I mean here? Ever walked into a room and thought to yourself, I can cut the atmosphere in here with a knife? You are sensing something, and that something was originating from the emotional plane. However, rather than just subjectively being cognizant of the fact that emotions were running high in the room, you actually feel it. If your senses are picking something up, then it can be considered an objective observation. The more active a chakra is, the more sensitive it is. This allows people to have a greater recall of their dreams upon waking, for instance. So far, we have talked about the interface between the physical body and the etheric, and the etheric and the emotional body. That interface is afforded by the chakras located in the etheric body. I have mentioned that there are chakras to be found in all the subtle bodies. The chakras of the emotional body vitalize that body and relay perceptions between the etheric body and the mental body. In previous presentations, I have talked about feelings and thoughts. These are registered in the physical etheric brain. It is when you get to discussing the chakras that you realize how this transfer of information is actually occurring. When the chakras located in the emotional body are fully vitalized, the monad is able to experience out-of-body experiences in the emotional plane. This is objective clairvoyance. In a similar manner, the chakras located in the mental body vitalize the mental body and relay perception to and from the emotional body. As with the etheric chakras, if the mental chakras are fully active, then the monad can experience out-of-body consciousness in the mental world. This objective perception does not occur, however, until we reach enlightenment. Through the practice of certain yoga techniques, it is possible to activate your chakras prematurely. Unfortunately, this unbalances your entire being and seriously hinders your development. There are a plethora of YouTube videos purporting to show you how to activate this chakra or raise that energy up your butt. My advice is don't even contemplate it. You are playing with fire quite literally. In the same way that drug addiction can seriously damage your etheric web, premature activation of your chakras and the principal meridians in your body can leave you just as vulnerable. There was a reason that yogi masters would take their students through years of discipline training before any such techniques were attempted. During such activities, the yogi master would provide a safe space to conduct exercises and monitor the progress from a clairvoyant perspective. Yet today, you can activate your kundalini in 5 minutes and reach nirvana 3 minutes later. It would be amusing if it was not so potentially damaging. The base chakras perceive molecular vibrations from the lowest molecular subplanes, 49.7, 48.7 and 47.7. The next chakra up the body, the sacral chakra, perceives vibrations from the 49.6, 48.6 and 47.6 molecules. This pattern is repeated all the way up the chakra column until you get to the crown chakra, which perceives the highest vibrations in our envelopes. These do not emanate from a molecular level, but from the atomic level, 49.1, 48.1 and 47.1. As the lower three chakras, the base, the sacral and the navel, are active in all humans, it means that we are all capable of experiencing lower emotions and simple thoughts. However, as the monad evolves its consciousness from 1 young through 2 civilized and 3 cultured, up to 4 compassionate levels of consciousness, it is able to experience nobler emotions, more complex thoughts, and even intuition. The immediate goal of all humans, 47, is to graduate from the 4th, the human kingdom, to the 5th, the unity, 46 kingdom. This only happens when all the spokes of our 7 main chakras are fully active. Here is another interesting tidbit of information for you. On frequent visits to my doorstep, Jehovah's Witnesses inform me that 144,000 of their brethren would be chosen to go to heaven to hang out with God. The rest of their flock had to make do with a revamped earth. Where did they get this notion from? It says in the book of Revelations 14:1 that 144,000 who have been redeemed from the earth. Clearly, this is a graduation process of some sort. So 144,000 Jehovah's Witnesses have somehow managed to graduate. What is actually being said here? Remember, it is a Gnostic document, so everything is allegorical. If you add up all the spokes of the wheels of the 6 lower chakras and multiply by 1,000, which relates to the crown chakra, you get 144,000. What is being said here is that when you activate all the spokes of the 7 major chakras, you are ready to migrate out of the 4th kingdom and move to the 5th kingdom. This plane, the 46th, is referred to as the kingdom of heaven. Where else would the Jehovah's Witnesses reside but in heaven? Once there, you do not need to incarnate again if you choose not to. What a relief! You can leave earth and enter heaven and not even be a Jehovah's Witness. Hallelujah! Oh, as another aside, the reference in the book of Revelations 7:4 relating 144,000 to the 12 tribes of Israel is pure fiction. Onwards and upwards. In my next presentation, I intend to move on and talk about the emotional body. I bet you can't wait. If you wish to read a transcript of the presentation or leave a comment, links to my website are in the description box below. Thank you.